I don't know if the sound was off or not. It seems like I was talking to myself. I just noticed the microphone was off, and I hope Thank you, Ben. It's too late to read it now. Yes, the microphone was off. I apologize. I was sitting and explaining everything, and I find out. Yeah, I was talking to myself for an hour, and now we got the microphone off. Okay, well, I didn't read the messages. I was very excited explaining about the market, and then find out I had. Yeah, I'm so glad it's a Friday. I apologize, guys. It's Friday. A long week. I don't feel like repeat 1 hour talk, but we will. Okay. Well, we will give it a few minutes, and then we will see. Be careful with the ES, guys. The ES. Be careful with the ES, and if we look to cut the story short, I'm not going to repeat myself. If you look at the Nasdaq is a long, and the YM is short, and the ES is not going to go anywhere at the moment. It's going, most likely we are going to stay on the short side. There is no long trade on the ES. Again, there is no long trade on the ES. You got to be careful, and the market is going to go short again on the ES. And once it cross this support area 3452, once we cross that area, there is two options. You can go sell if you are on a sim. Please do not. This is not a trading room. This is an educational room. If you want to go on a sim, you have two options. Once the market break the 52 level, you can go on the breakout, or you can wait on the pullback, re-entry, confirming the resistance, and then you can take the short. There is two ways to take a short in this area. As we see right now, the ES is flirted with this 452 level, and once he breaks that, the next level is going to be 47 final destination on a short trade on the ES once it breaks this 52 level. So you gotta be careful on that one here. Why this little chart? I cannot find a place to put it in. Okay. Okay, be careful on the ES. It has to go below the 52, and your destination is 47 short. There is no long on the ES, guys. Whether you are auto trading or manual trading, there is no long trade on the ES. We are a long way from home to go long on the ES. Okay, the mic is working now. All right, guys, so I'll stay quiet for 5 minutes. Now we find out we were. For this question, let's make sure first the ES. Let's make sure this ES stay below the 52 level, a breakout or on a pullback re-entry short, and then a final destination 47.75. This is the short on the ES. Okay, for the ones just follow us on the ES call, you need to exit at 3348.25. There is no long. Again, do not let your indicators fool you, gentlemen. Your indicator just follow the market, does not predict anything. I'm so glad it's Friday today. It's been a rough week. If we cross the resistance on the projection here on the Nasdaq, from now to 12 o'clock, we're not looking no more than 11,652. Even if you are a stock trader, you gotta be careful with the Nasdaq. I've been wanted to use the signal on the stocks, but we don't have room for that. But maybe I will try to do this next week. Maybe we will have. I don't know where. I don't know where I can put the forex and the stocks. If any of our customers using the stocks, you let me know if you like the Nasdaq or the Dow Jones. Maybe we will put the Dow Jones because there's only 30 stocks on the Dow Jones. The ES we cannot put 500 in there, but I'm thinking maybe put 30 stocks next week. You can follow the signal on the stocks as well. And maybe we'll add the forex. I don't know how to add all this on one screen, and I don't want to open two screen. But maybe we will find a solution. I don't know. As we see here on the YM, we hit the target as the system estimated. 28343. As we see on the market analyzer, the swing trading target hit based on one contract, $445. On the auto trade, we are using two contracts. It's double the amount of the 445 is 865. So there is a little exhaustion on the gold. The target is 53.3, and we are missing a couple ticks to hit the target. I increased it a little bit, and hopefully it seems like the support area is holding. The support area is really holding. Is the 33.5, it seems like is holding. So we will see and monitor if this market a break below that line. I mean, this is a 900 on one contract. This is very good. Then I will let it go. If the market go below the 33.5, then I will have the fib line close it, and I'm gonna tie it up a little bit and close that position on the gold. For the auto trades, there is not much trades taken. The TI7, there is no trades actually. We have a couple lousy trades, and there is not much to, and they are very small trades. The Nasdaq, the one we reloaded earlier, did not. And on the ES, we did have a beautiful trades, and then when the market started on the ES, we still have one contract on the previous, on the same trade, but on those three trades that we just closed, one of them was $162 into the profit, and 700. So if we can hit the second one, and plus we have one more trade in here, so that will be around $800 on that trade, 700 and 162, and so we're not that far from the $1,000 target. So there we go. We closed the gold, and it went below the fib, and it is over for that gold. Nasdaq, again, it is on the target 2, profit taking on target 2, as we said on a Friday. Target 1, target 2, they come in on the first 2 hours of trading, and during the week is between 11 and 12, and today the Nasdaq hit on the first 2 hours trading, which those are institutional numbers, which profit taking. And this poor guy is auto trading or normal trading or a manual trading. He don't understand is relying on an indicator. He don't understand there is a profit taking on number 2, and he start reading the market wrong. As we see, the Nasdaq has been taking a profit on target 2, going to target 1, pull back re-entry. This is the game for Nasdaq today. It's not me, I generate the game. It is how it is the market condition and how you need to be adapted to this game on a daily basis. There is no 2 days alike. So as we see here, when we started, the target 2 came in, and sadly the microphone was off. I was not aware of, and it took a profit, did go back to the re-entry point, coming back short, pulling back to the re-entry again, and now we are hitting the target 2, profit taking, and don't expect too much now to go above the 653 on the Nasdaq. Not now, it's too early. Again, not now, it's too early to go ahead and generate long trade on the Nasdaq. It's way far from over because of the ES. The ES is not going in the same direction as the Nasdaq. And as we look at the market analyzer, we have a sell position on the ES, we have a buy position on the Nasdaq, and we have a sell position on the YM. At the same time, we have the bonds, the 30-year Treasury bond is on the buy direction, which it is supposed to be buy when the ES is on the sell. But the Nasdaq is very strong and refusing to die on that one, and go in conjunction with the YM and the ES. No matter what the Nasdaq does, and if the ES is not responding technically with it, then the Nasdaq will not go anywhere. Very rare, very, very rare. The Nasdaq is going to fly by itself, avoiding all the technical level on the ES. The Nasdaq always go back and forth, but once the ES hit the technical level, the Nasdaq stops until we got confirmation on the ES, which a lot of traders avoid the ES, not looking at the ES, looking at the Nasdaq itself. They claim they only trade Nasdaq, and you cannot trade Nasdaq if you don't look at the ES. They're all connected. I don't care what everybody said, they're all connected somehow. Even the DAX in Germany and the ES is in USA. You cannot trade the DAX without looking at the ES, because the ES always give you few seconds ahead of the DAX and guide you how to trade the DAX, which they are both from two different planets, two different attitude, two different personality, two different market, two different countries. But the ES, it is the best signal in the market in order for you to trade NASDAQ, Dow Jones, whatever you want to trade. DAX, you have to understand the ES movement. You don't know how, or you cannot read the ES movement, you're just wasting time. You're not going to get anywhere. On the scalper, we have a long trade on the scalper, and I can see that, and there is a lot of resistance area here. What we do, we can maximize the profit, and then what we do, we keep our eye on the 653.75 for the scalping on the NASDAQ, and then what I do, plus couple takes on the NASDAQ, and my job is done on that chart. Because your job is to manage, not to trade. Again, it's your job to manage. You have to learn how to manage your auto trade. You don't have to trade. You still have to manage, you know. Let's look at CL on the scalper. Let's say you don't know if this CL is going to cross this double resistance or not. Let's say you don't know. It's fine. I will increase it to the next level where is the resistance, all the resistance. I know for sure the CL is not going to able to break all those levels. And if it breaks this area, that's mean we are climbing to the 41.18. And if the market collapses again, at least I cover myself, I cover my back, and I will have it a plus couple ticks. My job is done for that chart. Your job is not to trade when you are using an auto trade. Your job is to read it within milliseconds to understand where you are in the market and try to cover yourself, maximize your profit, minimize your risk. As an example, the YM right now, this is a re-entry point on the YM, and if you are not auto trading, this is a very good place, this area here, to take a short. And if you want to take a short, you need to do it manually. And on the sim, I apologize, on the sim, let's see on the ES trading. We are on the projection on the 356, so we're not doing anything for the ES right now. Again, the ES is stuck between those this area, and we need to see the ES again below the 452 before you can go short. You cannot go short in this area here because we have a support area. So again, you gotta wait on the ES to go below the 452 before you can take a short, and there is no long trade. If you are light-handed with your hands, there is a little scalping long from 53.50 to 56 level, and you have to be very light and quick with your hands when you are scalping the ES. But other than that, there is not much right now to chew on with the ES. There is a scalping, and once it goes and hit the 56.25 level, the only option is to reverse your trade and go short, exit somewhere around 52.75. So if you're not very well trained to have a light-handed with a One thing I don't like market order. If you are a manual trader, I do not like market order. First of all, when you are doing market order, sometimes if you're not paying attention, you're paying a couple ticks of slippage. And I don't want it to be market order on the ES. If I wanted to take a trade on the ES, it has to be below the 52 level before I can go short on it. Then what I will do, I will put a limited order in this area here, and then if the market came into this area, I will trade it. If the market came in here, I will put a buy order, limited order. So on the ES, if you understand your level, you don't need to be bragging about 20 ticks or 30 ticks or 25 ticks of stop loss. If I want to go short in here, or if I want to put it a little bit below the line, whereas my stop loss should be just above the resistance line. Once we confirm that it has become a resistance line, we don't need the 20 and 30 ticks as a stop loss, and it has to be the same stop loss every time. So what I'm trying to say is your stop loss can be minimized to be above or below the level, and it is protected enough not to go ahead and put it and protect it. As an example, if you want to go long here, you cannot put your stop loss here. Your stop loss has to be here, below the line, protected. So if the market pull back against you, there is a support area here, and your stop loss is below that line. If you want to go short, you don't need to take a short on the first breakout. When the market go back, reconfirm the 452 as a support area. You only need 5 ticks to stop loss. A lot of my colleagues, they only use 5 or 6 ticks on the ES max as a stop loss. But they've been around for 20 years. I have some friends, we've been together for many years. The highest they will give on the ES is 5 ticks. Highest. But they know what they're doing. And they have all the auto trades you want. They have a lot of auto trades. But you cannot use 5 ticks on an auto trade. You gotta give them much more than 5 ticks. Normally on a 1 minute you can get away with between, I don't know, I feel like on the 1 minute you should not give no more than 15 ticks stop loss on the 1 minute. So this is my opinion, and trailing a stop between 8 and 12 depends how generous you are, and this is like standard number. Okay, the Russell, this is from the scalping. If you don't know where this one going, like what we have done on the previous, I'm got the auto trade expected to exit at 60.32.8. I'm gonna extend it to the next level, and then I'm gonna go ahead, and this is very easy. Try to learn to do that on every trade. A break even plus 1 tick or 2 ticks. Your job is done with that chart, like what we have done here. Our job is done. Let's take the next one. This is the YM. This is very fine. I'm going to go ahead and get a greedy on that one, which we have a double resistance, which I'm sure the double resistance is going to be a problem. But today is a Friday, and then let's go ahead and break even. So now we are on 4 charts, free ride, and you are done for today. So now if we look at the NASDAQ is crossing that line, that's very fine. So absolutely I will close it at 65 level, and there is not much to do anymore after that on the NASDAQ. The CL, as you see, look at this. The CL is coming to the support area, and we are already on a free ride with the CL. So those trailing stops, they are based on the fibs, and you don't need to adjust it. You don't need to optimize it. You don't need to ruin your weekend sitting looking at it. You just, it's on the fib line. Either it's going to make it or break it. This is the NASDAQ when we were silent at the beginning of it nailed 1400 something when we started the webinar. And now we can see made on the one contract, because it's based on two, now is 530. And this is if you go back with the video, I'm sorry, the microphone was off by mistake. This one here, we reloaded. If you go back to the video, made 1410, and it is right now going to close another, on the first two trade, 530, and we are about to nail another $1,000, 1,400 on the NASDAQ Autotrade as well. So this one here is the second round on the NASDAQ. And do we need to go the third round on it? The first round was 1,400. This one here is going to be also another 14. That's 2,800 on the NASDAQ by itself. We are done with that. ES, we're going to bring the ES down. And on the ES, we're going to go ahead and do the same maneuver on that, which it is right now. Here is the next level. We have one break even. We're going to go ahead and break even on the first trailing stop. It is a minor fib, and our job is done on this one here. Now, however, if this market, the fibs move up, that will be moving your trailing stop and taking over from where you put it on the chart. So if you are busy, and now this one here, the Russell is finished. Let's take another one, bring it down, the gold, and now we are going on the gold. We're going to go ahead and expand it a little bit and go ahead and put it at plus one take, two takes. That's fine. And let it rock. And this is it. So if you notice, we have done this on the CL. And what happened with the CL, when the fib lines move to where you put your trailing stop, what it does, it pick it up for you and move it for you if you are busy with another chart. We have calculate everything for the professional traders, of course, not the beginners. So if you know what you're doing, it is a very, very friendly and a very forgiving system that can allow you to make few mistakes while you're trading. And as we see here, we did the same thing on the YM break even. And as you see here, if you go back with the video, what it does when the fib lines, the floating fibs move up above where we put the break even, what they do, they lift it for you. Because now technically, if the market pulled back, this is the fib line and this is the support area. And this is really good. So now we are done with that trade, finished, done. Some of them you will get a small trade. Some of them you wind up having $1,000. Sometimes you wind up with $20. And what I can say, welcome to trading. So right now we are climbing with the ES, YM, and NASDAQ. So now they're all on the same direction on the scalper. And on the auto trade, we have the 530 on the first two trades, and now we are about to finish the trades on the NASDAQ, hopefully. We are very close to close it and hit the second round on it, and we are done with it. Those are the fib line. The first one is whether an ES or a YM or a NASDAQ. The floor and fib is a support area, and your trailing stops are on the support area. The first one, the trailing stop one, it is a minor support area, and the second one is a major support area. If you notice, when we moved to those trailing stop, the trailing stop one has been lifted to the 55 level, if you can see on the chart, but the second one, the trailing stop, still below. Once it hit where I put it, it's gonna lift it and take it up again. So I'm gonna leave it as is, and you take something out of the table, and maybe the trailing stop one will hold. As we notice right now on the YM, we closed one of the position, but we are not totally out. If this trailing stop one holding, look at this, is holding. You see that? Look at this beauty. Is holding on the minor trailing stop. If the market go below the minor trailing stop, which is a fib support line, that means there is no use to fight it. Let it be and cash in. If the market goes up, we are ready to take more profit. You do not follow the market or chase the market. You wait till the market comes to you. Don't let yourself dragged into the market. This is the biggest mistake you make. You wait till this market comes to you, to your condition, and take a trade. So right now it is either this ES gonna hold on the fib line, the minor fib line, the ES is going to hold on this or not. I'm not gonna be tightening up the trailing stop, because why you want it, this is the biggest mistake people do. You tighten up the trailing stop to 10 ticks or 5 ticks. Why you want to exit a good trade? Why you don't want to get paid when you are right in the market? When you're right in the market and you position yourself right in the market, you need to get paid for it. And you should not sell out cheap. In those years, I find out a break even, a plus couple takes, either make good money out of that trade or let it go out with a $20 profit. But I am not gonna get off my bed and take a trade, make $100, and then go back again to take another trade for another $100. This is a wrong thinking, because once you grab a good trade, you gotta milk it till the end, because you don't know when the next time you're gonna grab a good trade. So this is the biggest mistake you see when we are coming on people's computer. Their trailing stops is very small, and they're trying to secure as much as they can, and they are thinking small. They are thinking $100 on a trade, 200. But you are trading a future guy. In other words, why you want to settle down with $100 trade? Let it go back plus couple ticks and walk out of it with $20. I prefer to take $20 out of it than $100 out of it, because either this market gonna go to my favor and cash in between 5 and 1,000, or I'm not interested in this trade, because if it is only 100 or 150, you're going back to the market within 5 minutes. The best to, when you are taking a ride on a good trade, the best to keep it alive as long as you need it. The reason for that, not to make more money, the reason for that is avoiding the next trade. So if we catch a trend and made $500-600, that will avoid me taking another trade after 5 minutes. Not unless if you are, you are really into this gambling habit. Now you are not trading, you are becoming an aggressive trader. That's a total different story. But by catching a trend, the whole idea about trading is a wrong thinking from the beginning. From day one, when the traders start with Ninja Trader or any other platform, get in and he wants auto trades, he have a couple thousand, no experience. And then he tied up the trailing stops, he tied up everything on that. And he don't let this market breathe, going back and forth. And then he start generating a lot of trades. And this is a wrong thinking. This is a very, because when you are on a trade like this one here on the ES, I have it a couple of 3 ticks above. Either walk away with $20 or walk away with 5 or 1,000 or 600 or 700. But I'm not gonna walk away with it with 150 and jump again in the rain, playing with a gorilla with $1,000 or a trade or $300 losing a trade. So to me, it's not worth it to do that. This is an example. Now the gold start taking a new trade. There is $100. It's too early now to do this. Very early, but what we are going to do, break even. Now if this market go back, I already secured the commission for the broker. It's not costing me anything. Seems like it's coming to my target. I'm gonna increase it. Here's the support area. I'm gonna put it right above the support area. Now I have a $300 on that trade. If I'm happy with the $300 on the trade, close it. Close it. As long as you do not need to go back in 5 minutes. Because I guarantee you the next trade maybe is going to be a losing trade 300. If I'm aiming wanted to have $500 or $1,000 so I don't need to go back to trading. If this market sitting here, I will not touch it. I will not cash in $240. Because $240 is going to activate me to go back, jump on the wagon again. And I want to push my luck for one more trade. I have a winning trade here. Why I need to sell it out cheap? This is the biggest mistake. 99.9% traders do that. Amateur traders. Now the system telling me to take a target right where it is right now. But I have increased the target to option for the trader to do. Either follow where the system telling you to exit, or now I have a 380 and I'm thinking I want to get out of it 500, so that will make me stop taking any trade, which if you go back with this video, the gold has made a lot of money today. And as we see the system right here, it's right where the system estimates you need to exit. 1 minute you have 400 and now you have 300. And the next 5 minutes, you're either going to walk away with $20 profit or you're going to walk away with $1,000 profit. During those years, I find out if I walk away with $20 profit, I'm going to be catching the next signal, and I will try again on the next signal until I get this 500 or this $1,000 on one trade. If it didn't work on the gold, it's going to work on the YM. It's going to work on the ES. It's going to work on the NASDAQ. It's going to work on any one of those instruments. It cannot be all the instruments. They're not going to make $1,000 between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Not unless if this market totally dead, you know. But once we catch the trend, one of them is going to nail this $1,000. As an example, that's what we have done to the YM. Now the YM is climbing, as I told you, if you go back with the video. Our main concern was this double resistance. And we crossed the double resistance. And I took the aim very high, and I broke even, if you go back to the video. And then what happened, the system lifted the trailing stop for me. And now the market is start trending. I got 645, 212 because we exit on one on the ES, and I got another $900 on the NASDAQ right here. So this is the game you need to play. It is either we're gonna nail it or let it burn. Let it burn with $20, you know. But don't go ahead and chase a small fish, because you're gonna stay on a small fish. And don't do that. Now the market start trending. Now we are on the right direction. Now we need to get paid. We're hungry. Very hungry. You know, so the gold is always going the opposite direction of the ES. So now the ES is flying, the YM is flying, the NASDAQ is flying. So I'm expecting this gold to go farther down, and this way we can go ahead and cross the 1,000. If we look, I'm sorry, the microphone was off at the beginning. And if you go back to the video, the NASDAQ on the Autotrader TI7 made 1,410 on the previous round. And this is the second round. This is a 2,800 in one day. And I think I'm going to stop reactivating the auto trade. It did 3 rounds today on 1,410. So this chart is retired for till next week. Also, I want to mention we see sometimes some guys, we can see, I don't see what they are doing, but we can see they activate our system on Sunday evening. And we can see those people, some of the traders we have, we don't see their computers, but what we see is if they are using an auto trade or using indicators, or they are using a scalper system or swing trading system, or if they are using the TI7, everything is numbered. So we can see this on the server, and to our traders, I strongly recommend don't mess with Sunday evening. Stay with your family. Do whatever it takes you in this life. Stay away from Sunday trade. We still see a big size of number when the market on Sunday started. A lot of traders, they are start activating auto trades. If you look at the past 10 years, the majority of those traders on Sunday evening, they lose money. Why? The volume is down. There is not much to chew on. And most of the time, the market has been controlled. I don't want to go into it. It's been controlled. And controlled in a way you're not big enough to move the market. So please, to our traders, do not even turn on your computer on Sunday evening. Stay away. And I don't even look at computers on Sunday, but sometimes if I'm looking, and I, just out of curiosity, I look at the server, because there is a communication between NinjaTrader and our server. And I can see some traders start auto trading the minute the markets open on Sunday evening. try to get rid of those bad habits. And after 28 years, now I only start looking on Monday morning at the market at 8:30 morning. I start looking at the market, and the only thing I can take a trade on Monday morning is scalping or small trades on Monday, majority. And you should not be taking any trade before 9:30 on Monday. 9:30 morning, not evening, you know. So to those guys, they're trying to beat everything and start on Sunday. I feel sad for them because you're not going to be making money. 90% of the traders, they start on Sunday evening, they will not make it. They will lose money. So don't do that, guys. Just relax, keep your brain fresh, and give it a little break, the brain, you know, so will not be burned out over the weekends, and just come in on Monday fresh and relaxed. And don't spend your weekend on a replay data and all this nonsense. The replay data, it is an empty data. It's not the full picture. Do not waste your weekend on a replay, back testing, forward testing, all this. It all gives you an idea, but it will never give you a precision what was going to happen next week. So all this, try to, now we are start exiting out of those trades. Try to use your energy in the proper time, and don't use your energy everywhere, you know, like a fireman, you know, just spraying water everywhere. You know, it just, nothing wrong about the fireman. No, don't get me wrong. But you have to be like a sniper, you know. When you are sitting on your platform, you have to be like a sniper with your trade. You should not be all over the places. And when you make a decision on the trade, it has to be a good trade. Be a sniper and try to be saving this energy and the aggravation for the proper time. This is a very important personality and a discipline in the trade, and before your auto trade and your platform and your broker. During those years, you start developing a strong personality with the trading, and you start being confirmed with not to get mostly too much involved in it. Nevertheless, as always, this market can go under our skin. After you get beat up, we got beat up so many times that we become motionless in it. So no matter how good we are, is always the market find a way to go under our skin and piss us off. No matter what we do, until today, the market can go under my skin. You know, and in the younger days, I threw many computers out of the window, but now it got very expensive, so I cannot afford to get pissed. Many times I just took the computer and threw it out of the window, you know, and walked away. And it was very costly. But now when we got older now, and the computers got more and more expensive, now I think twice before I do that. I used to have a lot of energy and a lot of anger with me. During those years, this market has brushed me off, that rubbed me to be calm and not to be more affected by the market movement. So what I'm saying, guys, listen to me and try not to use your energy during the weekend. Try to be with your family, do whatever you want, ride a bicycle, go for a swim, fishing. Your brain needs it. It's very important. No matter how old you are, your brain need a break. Because if you notice here, the first 2 hours, you can always perform good trading. After 2 hours, you become like a drunk driver. And now you are all over the places, going left and right, and your performance drop below 50%. So the psychology on it is not rubbish. The psychology on the trading, it is more important, because the trading comes after your personality. And if you have a negative guy next to you, kick him out, because negativity in the trade-in have a big impact on your performance. Everyone can piss you off, whether it's a friend, neighbor, it's a make you angry. Get rid of him. Close the door. Get rid of him. Kick him out of the room, because this guy can have an impact on your trade-in performance. Come in. You need to come in very clear-minded before and very relaxed. So please do not use your energy over the weekend on a replay, forward testing, back testing, all this nonsense. Try to stay away from the computers over the weekend, whatever you do. So today is a Friday. I'm so glad. And as we see now, those trades, they start closing, and it's fine. And we either gonna get paid for this trade or we are not. So we're gonna leave them as is. We're not gonna either. Okay, we are done with this one, and we have a very tight stop loss. And we only have one more trade, is on the Nasdaq, and I don't see anything on the auto trades, the normal auto trades. There is no trades. There is a very small trades. They're not even worth to mention. There is only 300 on the Nasdaq with an auto trade, and on the ES. There is only, on the ES, there is only $100, and on the Nasdaq 3. So there is not much going on. We still have the Nasdaq scalper, and if we look at the Nasdaq, this is a re-entry point on the Nasdaq 656. So I'm not gonna override the auto trade, and we have a lot of resistance here. I'm gonna keep watching to see if they are about to test the 67.25. And what I will do, I will go ahead and take the second trailing stop to the minor support area to secure more profit on this. And once this trade either is going to break the 6.725, which I doubt it, or we're gonna close those positions at 6.5825. So either direction is fine with me, but I'm not gonna play with it. I'm not gonna tie it up. Leave it alone. On that auto trade, we still have one trade. It is based on one trade on the Nasdaq 3 minutes, and we have a break even. It is based on one contract. We have a break even. So if the market come back, how much is gonna cost you? $3, $5, $4, $4.25. Whoever is your broker, you have $200 or $300 a trade on this one here. Two options you can do. If you want to call it off for the weekend or any day, you go on the close button as long as you're not going back to trade in 5 minutes. If you close the close button here, the auto trade is still active. If you have a good day and you still have an extra day on this one here, I want you to start thinking differently. This one here is a break even. Depends on your broker. Your cost right now on that trade is $4, $5, $3.25. You have $300. You don't want them. You either want it 1,000 or you're gonna walk away with nothing. This is the attitude you need to start thinking about it. And you look at the technical side on the chart, and today is Friday. There is a good potential to go further up, and then I will say I will leave it alone. I'm not gonna, not unless if you don't want it anymore and you're happy with the 300, it take you millisecond close position here, as long as you're not going back to trade. Because if you're going back to trade, you might lose this 300. So it is very good, even if you are auto trading and you're, which you hear a lot, that people want to quit their job. And well, if you, before you start quitting your job, you better start learning. And then you look at the technical side here. This is a re-entry and this is a support area. Most likely the Nasdaq is not gonna go farther down than this area here, 656. Okay. So now we have a $300 in the profit. I will take my chances on it. It might gonna go up all the way to the $1,000 trade, is to the 681, or I will walk away with $20, or I will walk away free from it. But the most important here, guys, it's not costing you any money. It's on a free ride. Sometimes you're gonna be catching a good trend. And those good trends you're going to be catching is going to cover all those mistakes you made during the week. What we need to do is look for a big money, not to look for 100 and 200. If we are changing this attitude, chasing $1,000 trade, the $1,000 trade can be happen on any of those instruments. And some of them you're going to lose, of course. But if we are keep looking at this $1,000 target on one signal or on one entry, or trying to revive that trade and stay on it, this trade, hopefully this market is going to go to your direction. Most likely you're going to be start hitting this, your daily target on one instrument, maybe at the beginning, one time a week. And then once you start getting experience with those areas, then you start hitting it 2-3 times a week. Then it start hitting it more than one time a day. And this is the things with the market. You cannot get it from downloading from a hard disk. Trading is how many mileage you have on your back. As simple as that. If you have a good hours on your back, how much mileage you have, the better trader you are. If you using your time in the market properly, then all this cannot be done in a trading room, honestly. You need a guy to give you a little advice here and there. But what you need to do, you need to develop your own trading, guys. Don't go buy a book. Don't buy a CD. You don't know this guy. Don't waste your time. What is good for him, it could be not good for you. What he can see, maybe you cannot see. So try to develop whatever it is your eyes can be adopted to. Whatever that is, whatever system is out there, your eyes can be developed, can be comfortable with, do it. And then try to put many hours as you can, and then you start picking it up little at a time. And it is like the army here, or the more you spend quality, not to just sitting looking at numbers all day long. You have a trader can be looking at the numbers for the last 10 years. He's not getting anywhere. Don't look at the numbers. Look at the price level. Look what is going on in the market. Don't look at the auto trade. Today is $215. Tomorrow could be 1,000. A day after tomorrow is going to be big banana, big red banana in there. Don't just look at the numbers. This is the 90% of the traders. Look at the auto trade, how much money is making. Before you get to your plate, you need to know how to make that food and put it on your plate. So don't look, there is $100 here. Don't look here, there is $1,000. Look why it is $1,000, why is $100. And this is 90% of the auto trader. You ask him, how was your day? He will tell you the auto trade didn't do well. He will never say the market was not moving, or the market was flat, or it was a choppy market, or the market was caught in the channel. All what you hear from that guy, the auto trade, did well or it did not, because it's based on the money. But he has no idea why this auto trade made money today, and he has no idea why he lost money. And here is what freaking out question. He don't want to know why he lost money. Just because he thinks it's the auto trade, something wrong with the auto trade, that's why he didn't. He don't go ahead and flash out why that auto trade, whether from here or somewhere else, why that auto trade didn't make money. He never do. So as we see right now on the ES, the ES, as you see, there is a lot of sell in order coming in. This is why it start flashing. There is a lot of sell order, and this is a really a critical area right now. We are on the critical area here. If we break the 457, the next support line is a 3, 4, 55, 50, and all this selling order here making all the amateur trader panic, and now they start jumping on the market and they start panicking from that one here. You can see there is a lot of sell short order, which it is a garbage. It's a bunch of hogwash. The market is not available for short trade at the moment. It's not. So you stay put on your direction, and if you know sometimes the false movement in the market, you can see it immediately, and you can see the sell order here. They were a false sell order, and the market is not moving, and this is where some of them. I don't want to get into it, but they can buy time by putting an order and dismissing it a millisecond before. And then this poor guy have a small indicator there. He is watching the sell and the buy, but actually he sees in orders, but they are not into the process. So this is also misguiding the traders. And I don't want to get into that part. It's a hot area right now. So we will stay on that one to see if this NASDAQ gonna knock us out with no money, or it's gonna make us $1,000 trade. I'll stay quiet for 5 minutes and we'll see what happens. Thank you. This is a biggest example what I was talking about. If we look at the Nasdaq was around $300 into the profit. The Nasdaq came down almost to flat. Between you and the market was one tick, couple ticks away. Welcome to trading. And what happened? The market came into your entry, and this is where we have seen it all these years. How many of you, most of you on the YouTube today, I don't know everyone. We do not collect emails. How many times you took a trade in your life and you got $100 when the market going against you, or you exit $20 or $30, you exit, and then the market did go on the same direction you are trading and nailed the $1,000 and you are out of it? How many times this trader has happened? It happened to me. It happened to everyone. If you just let it be and don't get emotionally involved with the trade, it's hard. But to try to have this attitude, either I'm walking away with $5 or I'm walking away with $1,000 because I don't want to trade after that. You need to say that to yourself. I do not want to trade after that. Because if you want to trade after that, you're going to lose money. Now I am on the right direction. I'm going to stay milking it as much as I can, stay alive on that trade as much as I can, but don't go minus on that. Break even, not even one tick below. We don't want to see red. What we need to see, plus $5, I'm happy with it. But do not drag your trend stop to the minus, to the red P&L. Don't do that. Just let it go. There is plenty where they come from all day long until you catch the proper trend in the market, and then you say, I'm done. You know, if you make one round, make 1,000, does not mean in the afternoon. I don't know, maybe in the afternoon you will make 2,000, or maybe you lose everything you earn in the morning. And this is a wrong strategy. So right now, the market has changed momentum, and now we are going on the Nasdaq with the target 3 profit taken on a target 3, which we have explained that to many times in the market here, and profit taken going back a little bit because of the profit taken. The party is not over; it's a profit taken, and most likely we're gonna be hitting 68175. And the ES, there is still a lot of beef on the ES to be the final destination on the ES, which is 3462 on the ES, final destination. So now I know I still have plenty bread on the Nasdaq because the ES is climbing and testing the 3462.25, and probably it is the final from now to 12 o'clock. So most likely this Nasdaq, after this profit taken on target 3, this is the last target for today. Target 3, profit taken, fine, I can accept that. And now a little pullback, I can accept that. And this market is going to climb to the $1,000 trade, or $700 trade, or $800 trade. So I don't know what will happen tomorrow until we start the market at 9:30, but I know today this is my aim today. Now we are on around $400 on this Nasdaq based on one contract, and this is where some traders ask how much money I have to have in the market is a very simple: how much you know about the market. It's not how much money you have, because if you have $200,000, you don't know what you're doing. You can lose it, the whole 200. I don't care what system you are using. If you do not have the knowledge and the management and read in the market, you will lose those 200,000. And if a guy have $2,000 trade and micro account, he can grow slowly. And if he knows what he's doing, should be more than enough for him to start on a micro account and grow slowly $200-300 a day until he have his both feet on the ground, and then he can move from micro account to one ES or one NASDAQ and start trading. So the question is, which we get a lot, how much money I need in the market. Very simple: how much you know. If you don't know anything about this market, or you're a new beginner, you should not be trading live, period. I don't care if you have 200,000 or $2,000. If you don't know what you're doing, you should not be trading at all. Because guaranteed, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose. You cannot just rely on a mechanical trading alone. It's exactly like when you're getting on an airplane. You cannot rely on a just auto trading, autopilot. You have to be captain. You have to understand what's going on around you. You cannot fly an airplane based on a just autopilot. Otherwise, you're going to crash. And in the market, it's the same story. You cannot just rely on any auto trade, whether it's from us or somebody else. If you don't know how to manage the auto trade, calculate what's going on in the market, understand your situation in the market, and then you can autopilot, you can auto trade. You cannot just bring me a couple $1,000s now and bang it on this market and live happily after. This is only in fairy tale stories. This is only you see on commercials somewhere, But in the reality, trading is not like that at all. So right now, we're still dealing with this NASDAQ on the auto trade. We have 250, and we've been for over 15 minutes waiting to close the other two on the ES. I'm sorry, on the ES auto trade. So, and probably we will make it, because the ES is going to be from now to 12 o'clock. Most likely it's going to hit the 34.62. I don't know what will happen in the afternoon, but from now to 12 o'clock, most likely we are going to get the 34.62. And it is over. Party is over for 12 o'clock session. There we go. We're nailing it. We are nailing it. And there we go. It's exactly where we said. Look, 15 minutes ago we told you most likely we're going to hit it before 12 o'clock, and we did. And now the market's sitting on idle. Support 60, resistance 62. Try to make your bread out of it. This is the same auto trade like the gray one, the TI7. This is a 2 minutes, but a different template. And it's the same story. It's been on the same trade. This is a 2 minutes and this is a 2 minutes, but it's a same auto trade, different template, and it's still sitting. Okay, we closed one trade here. Now we have 412. On this one here, we don't have any one trade. This one here, number 2, the white one, it is a bigger target actually. On this one here is a smaller target. That's why. But both of them, if we look at it, a break even plus couple takes. So I don't need to do anything to it. Either it's gonna make it or break it. For the ES, as expected, came in at 3462.25 before 12 o'clock, as we have said before and now, and it's coming to the support area, as we said, and it's gonna drive you a little bit crazy around that area here, and eventually there is no short on the ES, and the exhaustion is overwhelming on the ES. We have a resistance at 62.50, 64, final destination 65, 75. This is a really max on the ES as far as we see for now. Let's see any other opening position. There is nothing. So we have small trades on the scalper. They're not even worth mention. And NASDAQ, one trade. We still on that one trade. Not much going on. The CL also very small trades. There is not much. And it's 11:42. There is no short trade, guys, on the ES. Be careful. This one here is about to close. It is 62.75. It's right at the fib line. You see, here is the fib line. There we go. We closed it. So on this one here, made 637 on this last trade. You can see it from here. And it is over for that chart. Wow, we were about to close, you see? We were about to close this one, we missed. Look at this. Wow. Well, we gotta take it a little bit higher. On the swing trade in NASDAQ, we hit the $1,000, and on the market analyzer is based on one contract. 212 ticks on the NASDAQ. The market wanted to break out. Let's see. It's 11:45. The CL scalper break even. Our job is finished. Extend the target to the next level. And on the YM, the same story. A break even. Override the auto trade. Extend it to the next level. Way next level. And on the Russell is the same story. And we're gonna extend it to the next level. And there we go. This is the chance we are waiting on all day long. This is another round. This is the auto trade when we were talking about we're almost knocked out of that trade, and now we are climbing to this $1,000 trade. And this is a beautiful example today that you should not sell your trade very cheap by being smart and tight up the trailing stop. Your trailing stop should be not a dummy trailing stop. They should be based on some kind of fib level, or you cannot just sit down the whole weekend, optimize a trailing stop on an auto trade, and it's going to be fine the week after, because it's all based on fibs. It's all based on a price level, and your trailing stop become irrelevant to the market condition on a daily basis. You cannot use a fixed trailing stop in the market. The trailing stop, even on an auto trade, for every day, every situation, every trade, you have to evaluate if you wanted to given a space on the trailing stop, or you need to tighten up the trailing stop. Like on Monday, usually Mondays are not a day the market trending, not unless if there is some kind of news. You gotta be conservative with your trailing stops on Monday. Tuesday is a normal day. Wednesday depends if we have an FOMC or not. This is a different rules. Thursday is okay. Friday you need to come early to the trade, or you need to come in late on Friday to trade. Either you come earlier than 9 o'clock to trade on Friday, or you need to come like what they do, those older guys, they come around 1:30 in the afternoon, because this is where the markets start taking one direction most of the weekend, either all the way down or all the way up. So, and all those guys that make noises in the market, they're gone. Between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, all those amateur traders, they lost money and they're gone, you know. And now the guys, the sniper guys, they start coming in around 1:30 in the afternoon and start nailing the good trades, because it's only one direction most of the time. So all those things you pick up to learn during those years, and you understand when to trade, when not to trade, when to stay away from the trade. And this is, if the market want to come and hit me here, I'm going to give it a little bit more, because the trailing stop is based on a fib. And now from one trade was about to be knocked out, now we are on a $700 trade, and we are climbing to $1,000 on that trade. On the ES, we climbed to 1,600, and we are about to close. I don't know if you can see this on the YouTube. The previous one contract, it was $725 we have 3 contracts. On the first one, it is 725, and let me see if I can make it bigger. And this is the moment we are looking for to catch a trend, and this is the moment where you don't need to no, I cannot deactivate the auto trade right now, so I cannot do anything about it. But this is where so we have $700, $725 on the first trade, and we have $1,650. So when you play in it right, guys, one trade of those is more than any amateur trader has been sitting for 1 month trading, and he will never get up to 1,000 a month. So this is the difference between an educated person in the market and an amateur trader in the market. So it's not how many trades you take a day, it's how you're gonna ride the trade, how you're gonna milk that trade to stay to your advantage. So from almost got knocked out of that trade, and now we are climbing to the 725. So this is what exactly I'm explaining. What we've been trying to do today is explaining the dummy trailing stop, and don't exit on $100 or $200 a trade. It's not worth it. Those are the worst traders. They are aiming $100 or $200 trade, whether you are a manual or, we need to get paid when we are right, and you're selling out cheap. Folks, that's all what we have for today. I want you to be safe. God bless you all, and I wish you a very pleasant weekend.